Hey everyone, welcome back to Golf Equipment Reviews. Today we're comparing two top golf irons, Srixon ZX7 Irons versus PXG 0311XP Irons review and comparison. If you've been wondering which irons gives you better distance and accuracy, stay tuned. I'll break it down by feel, performance, and value. First up, we have the Srixon ZX7 Irons. The ZX7s are forged from 1020 carbon steel, which gives them that buttery soft feel at impact. In the MK2, Srixon added something called Pure Frame, basically a thickened ridge of steel right behind the sweet spot. It's 80% thicker than the rest of the body, and the goal is simple, to reduce vibrations and make those pure strikes feel even cleaner. Then there's the Tour VT sole design. This progressive sole geometry helps the club glide through the turf without digging too much. Whether you're hitting off tight fairways or lush rough, it keeps contact consistent. Groove design is also progressive. Wider grooves in the long irons for control and launch, and tighter grooves in the scoring irons to maximize spin. Add laser milling between grooves and you've got extra friction in wet or less than perfect conditions. Finally, internal weighting. In the long and mid irons, Srixon uses tungsten in the toe to stabilize the head and keep strikes more consistent. That balances forgiveness with a compact, tour-inspired shape. In independent testing, the ZX7 MK2 shines in accuracy and consistency. My Golf Spy had it ranked second in accuracy among players' irons and fourth in distance. That's impressive for a category where forgiveness usually takes a back seat. Now, here's the trade-off. Forgiveness is decent, but not world-class. If you miss way off the toe or heel, you'll feel it, and you'll lose distance or see the ball fly offline. That said, most reviewers agree, these are among the least punishing players' irons. If you're a mid to low handicap who can strike it reasonably well, the forgiveness here is more than playable. And let's talk feel. It's one of the strongest selling points. A pure strike on a ZX7 is addicting, soft, crisp, and incredibly satisfying. You'll also get feedback on mishits. Some players love that feedback because it helps them improve. Others find it a bit harsh. Personally, I think it's one of the things that makes these irons special. Build quality is solid. These are forged one-piece heads, and with normal use, they hold up well over time. Some players report that even after a year of heavy play, the faces still look great. Cosmetically, though, you might see paint-filled chipping or scratches on the sole and leading edge. Nothing unusual for forged irons, but worth noting if you're picky about looks. Speaking of looks, the ZX7s are clean and compact. A thin top line, modest offset, and subtle branding. They set up beautifully behind the ball. They're not flashy, but that's the point. They're designed to inspire confidence without distraction. The user experience is where these irons win a lot of fans. The Tour VT sole really does its job. Turf interaction feels smooth, making them versatile across conditions. And because of their design, they're highly workable. If you like shaping shots, hitting fades, draws, low stingers, the ZX7s give you the tools to do it. That said, there's a learning curve. If your ball striking is inconsistent, these won't magically save you. In fact, they'll highlight your misses. That's why many golfers pair the ZX7 with the more forgiving ZX5 irons in a combo set. ZX5 in the long irons, ZX7 in the short irons. It's a smart way to balance forgiveness and control. One tip, get fitted. The right shaft, lie angle, and swing weight are critical. Many players say the right shaft pairing made the difference in the premium players' irons category. They're not cheap, but compared to some flagship irons from other brands, they actually come in slightly lower. And considering the feel, performance, and build quality, a lot of reviewers say they're excellent value. Srixon ZX7 Irons, pros and cons. Pros: incredible feel and feedback. Strong accuracy and consistency. Great shot shaping and workability. Good value compared to pricier competitors. Cons: less forgiving than game improvement irons. Can be punishing on big misses. Cosmetic wear shows up over time.
Next, let's talk about the PXG ZX7 XP irons. When it comes to distance and ball speed, the XP irons are built hot. For example, the Gen 7 XP7 iron sits at about 27 degrees of loft. Compare that to 30 degrees in the PXG P model. That's stronger, and it shows. In testing, the XP Gen 7 is about 2 to 4 miles per hour faster in ball speed than its sibling, which easily translates into a club longer. PXG even claims Gen 7 gives the biggest jump in distance from one generation to the next in their history. Independent tests back this up. MyGolfSpy ranked the Gen 6 XP right at the top for distance among all players' distance irons. But here's the catch. While distance is excellent, dispersion and forgiveness aren't best in class. You get plenty of speed, but it won't always save a big miss the way a pure game improvement iron would. On forgiveness, PXG thinned out the faces by 15% in Gen 6, which freed up weight to push to the perimeter. That boosts stability and helps with off-center strikes. Players on forums often say the irons go high and straight with a really soft feel. But again, testing shows they're not the most forgiving in their category. Solid, yes, but not unbeatable. And then there's accuracy and control. Because the face is so hot and the lofts are so strong, you do have to manage your distances carefully. Some golfers report a bit of a learning curve dialing in the short irons and wedges. It's a trade-off. Distance comes easy, but precise shot shaping isn't the XP's strong suit. The XP is designed for a mid to high launch with moderate spin. For most players, that means you're still going to hold greens without issue. But the strong lofts can flatten out longer irons, which might penalize slower swing speeds. And in the shorter irons, some golfers notice less stopping power. The ball might run out more than you'd like on firmer greens. First, you've got a hollow body construction with a forged steel frame and an ultra-thin miraging steel face. Then there's the polymer core. Earlier models used X-Core and X-Core 2, but Gen 7 brought in something called Quantum Core. That's designed to maximize energy transfer, basically giving you as much ball speed as the USGA will allow while still feeling soft. The faces are ridiculously thin, about 15% thinner in Gen 6 compared to older models, and they're engineered with power channels to keep speed up even when you miss the sweet spot. Weighting is another story. PXG's always been big on tungsten weighting to manage CG and MOI. In Gen 7, they simplified the back, removing some of the screw weights for a cleaner look and a slightly different feel. One of the things PXG really nails is feel. Despite being hot-faced, the XP irons sound and feel surprisingly soft. Words like buttery and muted crisp come up a lot in reviews. At address, they're confidence-inspiring, slightly larger profile, thicker top line, and a bit of offset. That's going to appeal to mid-handicappers who want forgiveness without something that looks oversized. Build quality is also top-notch. These irons go through multiple forging cycles, CNC milling, and high-end finishing. They look and feel premium because they are premium. Now, let's talk about price, because PXG doesn't shy away from premium. Older ZX7 irons launched at around $400 per club. The newer Gen 6 and Gen 7 XP irons list closer to $219 per club. But PXG ruins a lot of promotions, so prices can vary. PXG ZX7 XP irons, pros and cons. Pros: top-tier distance and ball speed. Forgiveness that's solid if not best in class. Soft, premium feel. Cons: strong lofts can make gapping tricky. Not as tight on dispersion or workability as some competitors. Premium price tag. Who each is best for? Srixon ZX7, best for low to mid handicappers, say less than 10 or so, who already have good ball striking consistency. Players who prefer to shape shots, draws, fades, and want maximum control. Golfers who place a premium on feel, feedback, and a refined forged sensation. PXG ZX7 XP, best for mid to low handicappers who want extra forgiveness but don't want to sacrifice too much on looks or control. Players who miss hits sometimes and want more consistency in ball flight or dispersion.